Hello, and welcome to the Wishing You Well podcast. I'm your host, Maria Patrick. Thank you very much for joining me for my weekly dose of health and wellness ideas and inspiration. I'm a holistic health coach and a certified Qi Gong instructor, and my goal is to help you to naturally heal your body using nutrition, movement, and lifestyle changes. I want you to live your best, longest, healthiest, and most wonderful life. If you are a regular listener, then you know that I'm always on the lookout for the latest health information, studies, and stories to assist us on our health journey. This week is all about tips to improve your memory. What made me want to research and discuss this topic is the list that Uber recently released of the many, many personal belongings that are forgotten about and left behind by Uber's riders. It's called the 2024 Uber Lost and Found Index, and according to the report, the top 10 items left behind are, these are the most commonly forgotten items: clothing, luggage, headphones, wallets, jewelry, phones, cameras, tablets or books, laptops, and vapes. In case you were wondering, Uber even offered up the cities in which the people are the most forgetful. The 10 most forgetful cities, according to Uber, are Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, California, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Orlando, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, Tampa Bay, Florida, Denver, Colorado, and Austin, Texas. What really caught my attention was the list that Uber released of the, how shall we say, maybe most unique forgotten items. Ready for this? Frontal hair toupee, hot sauce, a breathalyzer, 2 containers with spiders in them, a retainer with a fake tooth in it, police-grade handcuffs, a live pet animal turtle, a burrito steamer, a panic button, a Taylor Swift autographed framed, a cardboard cutout of a panda, a paternity test, and a WWE championship belt. If you are shocked to hear that people would be able to so easily forget about and leave behind items that mean so much to them, you may not remember about what the world-famous cellist Yo-Yo Ma left in a New York City taxi many years ago. It wasn't his wallet or his retainer or a pet turtle. It was reported by major newspapers as the day the music almost disappeared because famous musician Yo-Yo Ma forgot none other than his $2.5 million 266-year-old cello in the trunk of a taxi. Thankfully, he had a receipt, and the police were able to recover his beloved and extremely valuable, one might say priceless, instrument at a garage in Queens, and they found it just in time for his evening concert. When he got his cello back, Yo-Yo Ma was understandably quite relieved, and he was quoted at the time as saying, "I did something really stupid. I was in such a rush. I was so exhausted. I'd given a concert at Carnegie Hall last night. I just forgot." If you have ever forgotten something, whether it was leaving behind or misplacing something of value to you, or perhaps forgetting an important appointment or date, you can definitely relate to and feel Yo-Yo Ma's pain. Memory lapses impact the best of us. We are only human after all. And while these lapses may be embarrassing at times and super frustrating, they can also be troubling, leaving you wondering if you are starting to lose it. The great news is that there are actually things you can do to improve both your short and long-term memory. And the even better news, many of these are very simple, super simple. So if you've been wondering what you can or should do to improve your memory, I actually get asked this question quite a lot. I've gathered together some very helpful tips for improving your memory, and here they are. First, we'll start with a few things that you can do starting today. Take a multivitamin. Overall, all vitamins are important for memory and mental function, but particularly the B vitamins. A vitamin B12 deficiency can cause significant memory loss. And unfortunately, as we age, it becomes harder to absorb vitamin B12 from your diet. So it's important to take a vitamin which provides 100% of the daily value for vitamins B6, B12, and folic acid. You'll also want to get plenty of vitamin E. A 2014 review of studies suggests that high levels of vitamin E were associated with improved cognitive performance and reduced the risk of Alzheimer's disease-related functional decline. The researchers also determined that even if your doctor recommends a high dose, as in 2,000 IUs a day, if you do that for an average of 2 years, you're going to get significant improvement in your memory, and it's totally safe and free of side effects. You should be cooking with olive oil. Olive oil is high in monounsaturated fat and antioxidants. It's considered the gold medal champion of oils. I suggest using the more expensive extra virgin olive oil for salads and drizzling on foods, and use regular olive oil for cooking, since that is very stable, much more stable at high temperatures. Speeding up. According to a 2007 study, if you add speed to your workout with 2 3-minute sprints somewhere in your 30 to 45-minute workout, you will be able to memorize new words 20% faster than those who didn't have those speed up versions. This is because cardiovascular exercises increase blood flow, triggering growth in the part of the hippocampus in the brain that's responsible for memory and verbal learning. Speaking of working out, you're going to want to lift weights and work on improving your balance. According to research, toning your muscles can boost your brain power. A Canadian study found that older adults who lifted weights in combination with walking and balance exercises improved their decision-making abilities by nearly 13% in 6 months. My Qigong classes, which you can view videos on YouTube or join me live on Zoom, we lift weights in our Qi Fit class every Friday, and I regularly instruct balance exercises. So if this is something that interests you, please go to the links in the description of the podcast. Take a walk. In a recent podcast, I talked about the Italian custom of taking leisurely strolls after meals, known as la passeggiata. Researchers in Italy found that people over the age of 65 who walked about 5 miles per week at a moderate pace not only burned over 400 calories, but they were 27% less likely to develop dementia than people who were more sedentary. This next one's hard for a lot of people. My recommendation is to get plenty of sleep. Sleep deprivation can impact your memory. You heard Yo-Yo Ma say that he was exhausted when he left behind his cello. In fact, one study found that being tired can even make you remember things that didn't happen, causes confusion. In order to maximize your memory, aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. You'll want to add some pink noise in your room while you sleep. Replace your white noise, if you have one of those white noise sound machines, with pink noises. This is considered relaxing sounds that have rhythmic variations to it, such as rain falling on a sidewalk or wind rustling through the leaves on a tree. Pink noise is known to boost memory while you sleep. Most apps offer pink noise in addition to white, so be sure to take a look and change up your background noise to reap the maximum benefits for your brain. This next one is quite interesting. It's practicing alliteration. Studies have found that creating an alliteration, a phrase that contains repeating consonant sounds, can help you to boost your memory. In one study, they had the subjects read poetry and prose both quietly and aloud, and later, when tested, The participants recalled the passages of the poems that contained alliterative phrases much better than others. So I suggest coming up with some simple phrases and kind of have them as routine, part of your routine, working on them to help improve your memory, such as playful puppies prance, delightful daisies dance, silly squirrels scamper, lively laughter lingers, sly snakes slither. You get the idea, I'm sure. To prove how helpful this is, think about how we commonly use alliteration in everyday speak and how catchy the phrases are and how easy they are to remember, like rocky road, kissing cousins, jumping jacks, no nonsense, tough talk, quick question, money matters, picture perfect. To prove how helpful this is, think about how alliteration is used regularly in our culture. Marketing, think about this: Coca-Cola, Dunkin' Donuts, Tonka trucks, Weight Watchers, Rainbow Room, Dippin' Dots, Paw Patrol, DoorDash, House Hunter, Mickey Mouse, Wonder Woman, Bob the Builder, Donald Duck, and Bugs Bunny. None of those would be hard for you to remember because of alliteration. You'll also want to do some exercises that help strengthen your recall muscle. So here are some examples. Pay close attention to one item of clothing that someone is wearing, the colors, the patterns, the textures, etc., and jot down some of the details. Later on in the day, try to recall all of them and check your notes to see how well you did. Or how about this? Make up a grocery list of 5 items that you need at the store. Do that in the morning. Write it down, put it away, and at the end of the day, see how many of the 5 you can recall without looking at your list. How about this? Listen to music more. A study from the University of Helsinki, published in the journal Scientific Reports, found that when you listen to classical music, your brain gets boosted because the music has an impact on the dopamine pathways in your brain. This means that music, particularly instrumental classical, has the ability to lower the risk factors for dementia. I think also this is helpful to try to form connections between the things that can help you remember new information. So I find this particularly helpful. This is the tactic that I use when I meet someone new. When someone introduces themselves to me and tells me their name, I immediately try to associate that person's name with the name of someone whom I know, or someone that person reminds me of, or maybe even someone who's famous, so that I can more easily recall their name later on in conversation. I recommend taking notes and writing things down. It's easier to remember things when you write them down. You're making neurological connections in your brain when you're putting pen to paper. I cannot stress enough the importance of using appointment books, planners, calendars, and notepads to enhance your memory. So now that you know the things that you can do to improve your memory, I'm going to give you some things that you can eat to help improve your memory. Let's start with eating your greens. Greens provide essential nutrients such as protein, iron, and fiber, but they're also good for your brain because they are high in antioxidants and high in the vitamins that nourish the brain. Recent research published in the journal Neurology claim that eating 1 to 2 servings of leafy greens a day will improve your memory and overall cognitive ability. If you find this hard to do, put some greens into your morning smoothie and you can get 1 or both of your servings for the day knocked off right in the beginning of your day. This is something that I do regularly. Consume turmeric with black pepper daily. India has remarkably low rates of Alzheimer's disease, and neurologists say it's because the residents regularly consume turmeric with black pepper. Combining the two has been shown to block the accumulation of plaques that lead to memory loss because the black pepper helps the active ingredient in the turmeric, curcumin, to make its way to your brain. There's many ways you can add turmeric in your diet. You can sprinkle it on your eggs, add it to your stir fry, your soups, your stews, your sauces, your salad dressing, or like I do, even add it into your smoothie. This one should be really easy. I hope you're already doing it. Eat berries every day. They're perfect in your yogurt, your oatmeal, or your smoothie for breakfast. You can add it into your salad at lunchtime. It makes a nice afternoon snack, or a cup of berries as your after dinner dessert. Eating berries is associated with better memory, thanks to the antioxidants in berries that cross the blood-brain barrier. This will not only keep toxins out, but it can also keep certain antioxidants from reaching the brain. You are going to want to spend the extra money to buy berries organic, because berries are one of the most pesticide-laden fruits, which makes it important to buy them organic. You can do as I do and buy them frozen. Just make sure that there's no added sugar. I hope you find all of this information helpful. Just knowing that there are things that you can easily begin doing or continue doing if you're already doing so has got to be reassuring if, like the Uber riders, you have forgotten something important recently. In case you were wondering, apparently we are more likely to forget certain things on specific days. The Uber Lost and Found report said that people are most likely to forget their luggage on Mondays, their headphones on Tuesdays, their wallets on Wednesdays, their jewelry on Thursdays, their phones on Fridays, their vapes on Saturdays, and their clothing on Sundays. So be sure to keep track of your belongings. Hang on to your headphones, your luggage, your wallets, your jewelry, and your phone. Start eating better, sleeping more, and turning up the volume on the pink noise. I will be doing all of the above, and as always, I will be wishing you well.